Hello dear students, welcome back to All Force e-learning classes. This is a first year intermediate civics class. Yesterday we discussed about classification of law. Classification of law. First of all, what is meant by law? Law is a set of rules and regulations which are formulated and implemented by sovereign political authority. Coming to classification of law. Broadly, laws are divided into two types. One is natural law, another one is positive law. Natural law is unwritten one, whereas positive law is a written one. Then positive law again divided into two types, national law and international law. National law is applicable to all the individuals within the boundaries of the state, whereas international law regulates the relations among the states. National law again divided into two types, constitutional law and ordinary law. Constitutional law is the supreme or basic law of the country. It explains the relationship among the organs of the government. It decides the basic structure of the government. Then ordinary law. Ordinary law explains about the relationship of citizens with the state, government and society. Ordinary law again divided into two types, public law and private law. Public law and private law. Public law will regulate the relations between the state and citizens. It decides the basic structure and functions of the state, whereas private law determines and regulates the relations between the individuals. Here two parties are individuals. Public law again divided into two types, administrative law and general law. Administrative law and general law. Administrative law regulates the relations between authorities and citizens. Whereas general law determines the relations between individuals and state. Later, general law again divided into two types, statutory law and common law. Statutory law is formulated by legislatures for day-to-day administration, whereas common laws are also called as customary laws because they are the product of customs and traditions of the people. It is prevailing in Britain. Common laws are unwritten in form. Even though they are unwritten in form, they are recognized by or accepted by the courts of Britain. It is the last topic. Today I am going to start the second lesson from fourth unit. Okay, we are in fourth unit, political concepts. So second lesson is liberty. So liberty is also one of the important political concept in political science, like law, equality, justice and power in general. So what is the general meaning of the liberty? We know liberty means freedom of the individuals. So it is a general meaning of the liberty. Liberty means what? Liberty is the freedom of the individual. Freedom of the individuals to do anything but that does not harm to others. That does not harm to others. It is a real liberty. If it will harm to others, that is not real liberty. That does not harm to others. It is a real liberty. So what is the meaning of liberty? Liberty is the freedom of the individuals to do anything that does not harm to others. Clear? Then The word liberty is derived from a Latin word liber. The word liberty is derived from a Latin word. What is the Latin word? Liber. The word liberty is derived from a Latin word. So what is the Latin word? Liber. In Latin language, liber means free or freedom. Free or freedom. Coming to definitions of liberty. Here so many political philosophers have given definitions to the liberty, but here I am going to explain only two simple definitions to you. Definitions. Number one. One J.R. Seeley definition, another one is F.A. Hayek definition. According to J.R. Seeley, liberty is opposite of our government. What? Liberty is opposite of our government. This definition was given by J.R. Seeley. J.R. Seeley. Second, liberty means absence of coercion. F.A. Hayek. You see here, liberty is opposite over government. It means if the government will interfere in the life of the individuals, the individual cannot enjoy the liberty. Hence, it is opposite of government. Then, liberty means absence of coercion, according to F.A. Hayek. According to him, here coercion means compulsion. Under compulsion, we cannot enjoy the liberty. Hence, liberty means absence of coercion. Then, characteristics of liberty. Characteristics of liberty. So here I am giving simple features of liberty. Number one, liberty is dynamic. Liberty is dynamic. Why it is dynamic? Because its interpretation varies according to the time, place and wishes of the people. Clear? Why it is dynamic? Because its interpretation varies according to the place, time and wishes of the people. Second, it is manifested in the form of rights. In the form of rights. Liberty is manifested in the form of rights. Means we can see the liberty in the form of rights. Yes, we can enjoy the liberty through what? Rights. Without rights, we cannot enjoy the liberty. Then, it is or it can be found only in democracy. Only in democracy. Yes, the liberty is available only in democracy. Example, dictatorship of government is there. There is no scope for liberty to the people. If the liberty is there, there is no protection to them. Clear? Then, it opposes political subjugation. Political subjugation. And imprisonment. and slavery. Yes, now it opposes political subjugation, imprisonment and slavery. If we are under political control, imprisonment and slavery, we cannot enjoy the liberty. Hence, liberty opposes these things. Then, it implies absence of unnecessary restraints and presence of favorable conditions and presence of favorable conditions for development. It means it implies absence of unnecessary restrictions. Means the government or the state will not impose unnecessary restrictions on the liberty of the individuals. The state will impose only reasonable restrictions. By imposing reasonable restrictions, the government will provide favorable conditions to the individuals for enjoy their liberty for their all-round development. Clear? These are some of important characteristics of liberty. One is liberty is dynamic. Two, it is manifested in the form of rights. It can be found only in democracy. It opposes political subjugation, imprisonment and slavery. It implies absence of unnecessary restraints or restrictions and presence of favorable conditions for development. These are some of important characteristics features of liberty. It is one of the important 2 marks topic. So, kinds of liberty. Here there are 5 types of liberty. 1. Natural liberty. 2. Civil liberty. 3. Political liberty. 4. Economic liberty. 5. National liberty. Clear? Now, one by one we will discuss. First one is natural liberty. So here, what is natural liberty? Natural liberty is the unlimited liberty of the individuals. What? It is a unlimited liberty of the individuals. Clear? It is unrestrained liberty. Then it denotes freedom from all restraints and social customs. Clear? So natural liberty denotes unlimited liberty of the individuals. Unrestrained liberty or freedom from all restraints and social restrictions. Through these points we can understand that natural liberty is what type of liberty? Unlimited liberty. Means there is no scope for any restraints or limitation on the liberty of the individuals. Clear? One thing. Then this type of liberty was enjoyed by whom? This type of liberty was enjoyed by the individuals in the primitive state or primitive society or state of nature. Clear? So this type of liberty was enjoyed by whom? Individuals or men in state of nature or in primitive society. Primitive society means early man society. Clear? Now, who said that? Here some famous political philosophers like Thomas Hobbes, Rousseau, and John Locke. So like this, political philosophers said that men enjoyed natural liberty in the primitive society. Clear? Then, with the emergence of state, this liberty was disappeared. And new liberty was emerged, that is civil liberty. Civil liberty was emerged with the disappearance of natural liberty. Clear? So what is natural liberty? Natural liberty means the unlimited liberty of the individuals. Okay, this type of liberty was enjoyed by individuals in primitive society. Then second one is civil liberty. So what is meant by civil liberty? Civil liberty means the personal liberty of the individual. Personal liberty of the individuals, or the liberty that is enjoyed by the individuals in civil society is called as civil liberty. What is meant by civil liberty? Personal liberty of the individuals. Clear? In other words, civil liberty means the freedom of the individuals to act freely in the civil society under legal framework. What is the legal framework? Constitution. Clear? If individual will free from restrictions in the civil society under legal framework is called as a civil liberty. Clear? Then civil liberty is manifested through so many rights. Which rights? Civil rights. It means we can enjoy the civil liberty through certain civil rights. So what are the civil rights? So many civil rights are there, like right to life, right to freedom, right to equality, right to religion, etc. So these are some of the civil rights. Through these civil rights we are enjoying the civil liberty. Clear? Then it is limited liberty only. It is what? Limited liberty, not unlimited liberty. Clear? It is limited liberty because the state will impose certain reasonable restrictions on the civil liberty of the individuals. Hence it is limited liberty. So it is against the natural liberty. Natural liberty is the what type of liberty? Unlimited liberty. Whereas civil liberty is the limited liberty. Then what is the main advantage of the civil liberty? One of the important advantage of civil liberty is it enables the individuals to lead happy, honorable and civilized life in the society. Clear? It enables the individuals to lead what type of life? Happy life. Honorable and civilized life in the society. Clear? The second one. Third one is political liberty. So here just now I said what civil liberty is enjoyed by individuals through certain civil rights. And so one writer, namely Gettin, said that civil liberty is a group of rights recognized and enforced by the state. Clear? Then political liberty. What is political liberty? Political liberty is the liberty or the freedom of the individuals to take part in the political affairs of the state. So it is the liberty or freedom of the individuals. For which purpose? To take part in the political affairs of the state. Political affairs of the state. In other words, political liberty provides the freedom to the individuals to actively participate in the political affairs of the state or government. Clear? Like civil liberty, we can enjoy the political liberty through certain political rights. Clear? It means it provides certain political rights. Political rights. We can enjoy the political liberty through certain political rights. What are the political rights? 1. Right to vote. 2. Right to hold public offices. Right to hold public offices. 3. Right to contest in the elections as a candidate. Right to contest in the elections as a candidate. Then 4. Right to criticize the government. Right to criticize the government. Next, right to petition. Right to petition. These are the important political rights. Through these rights, we are enjoying the political liberty. What are the political rights? Right to vote, right to hold public offices, right to contest in the elections, right to criticize the government, right to petition. Clear? Then, political liberty is very essential for democracy, for its success. Without political liberty, democracy cannot be success. Democracy cannot be success. Then, the opinions of various political philosophers on political liberty. One is of H.J. Lasky. H.J. Lasky. Number 2 is of Gilchrist. Number 3, Leacock. Here, H.J. Lasky considered the political liberty as the power to act in political affairs of the state. He considered the political liberty as a power to act political affairs of the state. Then, Gilchrist considered the political liberty as a democracy because the political liberty is available only in democracy. Then, Leacock said that political liberty considered as a constitutional liberty. Constitutional liberty to choose their own government. Clear? To choose the government. So these are the opinions of various political philosophers on political liberty. Then, fourth one is economic liberty. So what is meant by economic liberty? Economic liberty means the freedom of the individuals to earn his livelihood or to earn his daily bread by fair means. So what is the meaning of economic liberty? Economic liberty means the freedom of the individuals, individuals to earn their livelihood. In other words, it is the freedom of the individuals to earn their daily bread. Daily bread means food. By which methods? By legal methods or fair methods. By fair methods. Then only it is called as a economic liberty. Economic liberty means The freedom of the individuals to earn their livelihood or daily bread by fair means, by legal methods only. Next, so economic liberty is very essential to every individual for their economic development. It means it will provide economic security to the individuals. Clear? It provides economic security to the individuals. Clear? Economic liberty ensures freedom or free from some factors like want and fear, to hungry and starvation, then unemployment and insufficiency. Clear? So economic liberty ensures freedom to the individuals from want and fear, hungry and starvation, unemployment and insufficiency. Clear? Then without economic liberty there is no meaning to the democracy. In the same way, without economic liberty there is no political liberty. Clear? Without economic liberty there is no political liberty. There is no political liberty. How can we say? Example, the people, those who are economically sufficient, they will be able to enjoy their political liberties, whereas poor people cannot enjoy their political rights in terms of elections. Clear? So without economic liberty there is no political liberty. How can we say? If the people who are economically self-sufficient, they will able to enjoy their political liberty in terms of elections, but poor people cannot enjoy their political rights, especially in terms of elections. Clear? So economic liberty makes the political liberty meaningful. Clear? It makes the political liberty meaningful. And without economic liberty there is no meaning to the democracy also. And last one is national liberty. National liberty denotes the freedom or the independence of a state. It denotes what? Freedom and independence of a state. Clear? In other words, national liberty denotes sovereignty of a state. It denotes what? Sovereignty of a state. Clear? If any state will have national liberty, that state remains free from political domination of other countries. So a state remains free from political domination of other states. Clear? So when there is national liberty to the state, then the state will remain free from political domination of the other states. Every state must have the national liberty. It is very essential to every state, because with national liberty states can achieve the progress in all spheres, means in political sphere, in social sphere, in economic sphere, in whatever it may be. Clear? So it is very essential to every state for progress of the country in all spheres. Example, if the state will have the national liberty, then there is a scope for constitutional law. When there is constitutional law, the people will enjoy the liberty in the form of rights. Who will provide the rights to the individuals? Constitution will provide the rights to the individuals. Then the people can develop. Without liberties or without rights, the people cannot develop. Okay, when the people will enjoy the liberties, when there are certain rights, who provides the rights to them? Constitution will provide the rights. When the constitution will provide the rights to the people, when the state will have national liberty. Clear? When the state will have national liberty. Clear? For achieve national liberty throughout the world, many countries made efforts. Example, Indians also made sacrifices or efforts for achieving the national liberty. We achieved the national liberty in 1947 under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi from British rule. We achieved national liberty in which year? In 1947 under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Clear? So these are the kinds of liberty. How many kinds of liberty? 5 kinds of liberty. Natural liberty, civil liberty, political liberty, economic liberty, and national liberty. Clear? So with this topic today I am going to stop. Okay, I will see you in the next session. Goodbye.